Our next pitch is from Alex Campbell, founder and director of PiSeas. Welcome, Alex.
Thanks, Colin. Hi, my name's Alex. I'm the founder and director of PiSeas. So we build decision-making tools for the fishing industry. What comes to mind when you see this image? Profitable industry, overfishing, tasty seafood, perhaps? We see a lost opportunity. Currently, the fishing industry globally is missing out on around $20 billion a year because it's fishing too hard. Now, perhaps that sounds counterintuitive. Why would fishing harder lead to less profit? Well, it's illustrated nicely by a local example. So this is an extract from the Courier Mail. About 760 tonnes of snapper were taken last year between Bundaberg and northern New South Wales. However, fisheries experts suggest only around 440 tonnes is sustainable. This is from 2008. You go out there today, you'd be lucky to catch 200 tonne. Why not go on catching 440? Scale that up globally, and that's 20 billion. Now, the source of the problem is also pretty straightforward. It's got a lot to do with the first word in the title of that article. This stuff gets heated. Snapper was actually my first assignment as a Queensland government fishery modeller. And over the next 9 years, I saw the same issue come up again and again. A lack of transparency in the science, leading to a lack of trust in the outcomes, leading to a decision-making environment dominated by short-term thinking. What's needed is some central platform that everyone trusts, that empowers all stakeholders with the tools that they need to take ownership of the decisions that affect them. Now, it sounds simple conceptually, but to really make this work, and people have tried, this platform, whatever it is, needs to be online, interactive, highly visual and intuitive. It needs to be transparent, and it needs to be fast. These models typically take 3 to 4 hours to solve computationally. For this to work, that needs to be seconds. So about 4 years ago, I had an idea which I believed held the mathematical key to unlocking this problem. And over the next few years, with the help of a couple of smart friends, we chipped away at it. 12 months ago, I quit my job. 10 weeks ago, I decided to go all in and started hiring a team. And this is what we've come up with. So this is live online now. You can go to PiSeas.com and register and play with it yourself. All I'd like to convey with this demo is the visual nature of the tool and its interactivity, best illustrated at the moment by those sliders on the right, dynamically updating the fish population, which is the 3D image on the left. So a large part of the technical problem has been solved. We're currently in negotiations with these 4 agencies. Tomorrow I'm flying to Canberra for a meeting with the Australian Fishery Management Authority, requirement scoping meeting. I'll then be spending 2 to 3 weeks with my mathematical collaborators before returning to Canberra for a full demonstration in front of the Management Authority and the CSIRO, who currently provide these fishery modelling solutions to government. So that's going to be an interesting meeting. We are initially targeting government because they hold the data at the moment, and because they also engage these models. And that market by itself is not small. It's around 250 million globally. We hope to capture a large slice of that. But going back to the beginning, that's not what this is really about. The primary objective here is to transition decision-making power to the stakeholders, to empower the stakeholders with the tools that they need. And in order to do that, we're coming back to the fishing industry and then eventually to seafood consumers. So this snap was actually taken in Kenya. My sister lives in Nairobi, and it was my dad's 70th birthday recently. That's my dad in red there, and he's also in the audience tonight. And we were taking a hot air balloon ride over the Masai Mara, a fabulous thing to do. I highly recommend it. This snap for me kind of captures Startup Onramp. It's really just lighting the flame. But there's a couple of things that I've taken away from this course. So one is think big. There's been some very inspiring speakers that have come along and spoken to us over the course of the 3 months. And one in particular, Stephen Phillips, really inspired me to think about the big vision of what we're doing here. And secondly, get on with it. There was something that I was obsessing over prior to starting this course, and Peter and Colin have helped me to realize that sometimes, obviously there's a balance, but there are a lot of things when you're trying to do everything at once, you need to decide that some things are not so important to focus on. You should just get on with it. I'd like to acknowledge the team that has brought us to where we are, and in particular, my friends George and Tom, world-class mathematicians, and also the development team, so Rob, Asita, Matt, and Nikolai. And also a quick shout out to Delphine and Brian, who've helped with design. So there's one thing that I'd like to ask from the startup community. It's if this interests you, come and chat. And also, that's our Twitter handle. So a retweet would be fantastic. Thank you.